The crash had been sudden, violent, and disorienting. One moment, my shuttle was gliding through the upper atmosphere of Trivera 9. The next, alarms screamed as flames licked the hull, throwing me into chaos. I managed to stabilize the descent manually, but I knew the landing would be rough. When I finally touched down, I surveyed the wreckage. The crash site was in a dense forest of towering fungi and bioluminescent vines that pulsed softly in the dim light of Trivera's twin moons. Smoke rose in thin blue wisps, and sparks occasionally flickered along the mangled metal of my shuttle. Then I heard it, a soft, uneven sob. At first, I thought it was the wind through the strange flora. But the sound came again, unmistakably a cry, fragile and desperate. I followed it cautiously, every step alert for predators. And then I saw her. She was unlike any species I had ever encountered. Slender and delicate, with translucent lavender-tinged skin that shimmered faintly in the moonlight. Her hair floated around her like liquid silver, and her large golden eyes glistened with terror and exhaustion. Most striking of all were her hands, slender, almost skeletal, trembling as she clutched her chest. She looked broken, vulnerable, utterly alone. And then her gaze met mine. "Please," she whispered. Her voice was melodic but quivering. "Please, human, help me. Make me yours." Froze. The words were startling, intense, and yet, beneath them, I sensed not just desperation but fear. The alien woman, Lyra, as she later introduced herself, was not pleading out of desire, but out of pure, instinctual need for protection. Her entire species, it seemed, did not intervene for the weak. Those who faltered were left to die. I took a cautious step forward. "It's okay," I said gently, my voice amplified by my translator. "I won't hurt you. I'm here to help." Her sobs intensified. She sank to her knees, almost collapsing. "They will find me. They will kill me if I am alone. Please, human." The shadows of the forest seemed to twist as I scanned the surroundings. I hadn't yet seen anything actively hunting us, but the unease was tangible. The alien's fear was real. I knew then that staying put would be dangerous, not just for me but for her. "Come," I said, offering my hand. She hesitated, but desperation outweighed caution. Slowly, shakily, she placed her hand in mine. Her skin was cool, almost ethereal, and she trembled violently. I don't trust anyone," she admitted softly. "You can trust me," I said. "I'm human. I help, I protect, I don't abandon." She flinched at the word protect, like she had been promised protection before and been betrayed. Her golden eyes searched mine, desperate for a promise I wasn't sure I could keep. We moved carefully through the forest. The bioluminescent plants cast eerie shadows across her face, and I couldn't help but notice how fragile she looked. Each step she took seemed to drain her, yet she pressed on, guided by the faint hope that I represented. Hours passed as we navigated the alien terrain. I learned more about her plight. Lyra had been hunted by members of her own society for reasons that were foreign to me. She was considered expendable, weak, even dangerous because of her sensitive abilities. Abilities that, if harnessed, could have made her invaluable. Instead, they had ostracized her. "They don't understand," she said quietly as we stopped at a small clearing. "They fear what I can do, so they want to eliminate me." I looked at her closely. Despite her exhaustion and fear, there was a spark in her eyes, a subtle defiance. "Then let's make sure they don't get that chance," I said. Her hand gripped mine tighter, and for the first time her trembling slowed. You would protect me." "I will," I said firmly. "No one will harm you while I'm here." We found temporary shelter in the hollow of a giant fungal tree. I used parts of my survival kit to fashion coverings and warmth for her, shielding her from the harsh night air. Lyra sat quietly, wrapped in improvised fabric, staring at the forest canopy. "Why?" she asked softly, voice tinged with disbelief. "Why would a human care?" Shrug. "Because it's right. Because sometimes being human isn't about power, technology, or weapons. It's about compassion, courage, and doing what others won't." She blinked, trying to process this. No one has ever done this for me. I've been broken, abandoned, left to die, and now," her voice cracked, "now you save me." He nodded. "Yes. And I will keep doing it as long as it takes." The night passed with tension and quiet conversations. Lyra shared more about her abilities, the fears of her society, and how she had been hunted for her potential. I listened, absorbing not just the information, but the humanity of her plight. By dawn, the bond between us had strengthened. She no longer flinched when I moved near her. Her fear remained, but trust had begun to take root. Our next challenge came unexpectedly. As we navigated through a dense grove, a group of her hunters emerged from the shadows, their weapons raised. They had tracked her, and now they were intent on reclaiming or terminating the threat she posed. Lyra froze, panic overtaking her momentarily. But I stepped in front of her. "Back off," I commanded, my voice calm but unwavering. The translator ensured every word carried weight. The leader of the hunters sneered, but I didn't hesitate. "She is under my protection. Any harm to her will be met with force." A tense silence followed. The alien hunters assessed me, this human who dared intervene. Then, as if recognizing the resolve in my stance, they slowly backed away, muttering threats but retreating into the forest shadows. Lyra exhaled shakily. You saved me," she whispered. "No," I corrected gently. "You saved yourself by trusting. I just made sure no one stopped you." Over the next days, I guided Lyra toward safety, navigating treacherous terrain, avoiding predators, and evading her society's patrols. Along the way, she began to regain her confidence. Her steps became surer, her voice steadier. She started to smile again, though softly, almost hesitantly, as if testing whether happiness was allowed. "You're teaching me something," she said one evening as we rested near a phosphorescent pond. "Courage, compassion, hope. Humans. They have it in abundance." Smiled. "And you, Lyra, have it too. You've survived what no one else could, adapted, and trusted someone when it mattered most. That's strength." She looked at me, eyes shining with emotion. I never knew strength could feel like this. Like someone believes in you." "That's the essence of HFY, I said. "Humanity is not just survival, not just technology, not just power. Sometimes, it's the small acts of courage and compassion that ripple across worlds." Finally, we reached a safe zone, a secluded valley where she could recover, learn, and grow without fear. Lyra paused at the edge, looking back at the forest that had been both her prison and her trial. "Thank you," she said softly, her golden eyes reflecting the twin moons. "For saving me. For believing in me. For everything." "You didn't need saving," I replied. "You were strong all along. I just reminded you." Lyra smiled, a genuine radiant smile that reached her eyes. For the first time, she seemed whole, no longer broken by fear or abandonment. As I prepared to leave, she took my hand, holding it firmly. "I will not forget you," she said. "No one has ever done for me what you did. You changed everything." He nodded. "And you'll change everything too. Because now you know what courage, trust, and hope really are." The twin moons rose high above us, casting a soft glow on her delicate features. Lyra turned to face the valley, ready to begin her new life. Stronger, wiser, and filled with the quiet power of someone who had survived, learned, and been uplifted by humanity's compassion. As I departed, I realized that HFY wasn't just about humans inspiring the galaxy. It was about humans reminding others, alien or otherwise, that even the smallest acts of courage and empathy can echo across worlds. Lyra would never forget, and neither would I. And sometimes that is the most heroic act of all.